Well, first of all, it's a real privilege for me, without a doubt. But what I hope to bring, I've been involved with the netball community now for probably 17, 18 years in total, I guess, and have been privileged to be on the board for a long time, and have been part of that, obviously. So I've seen the people interact around the board table for a number of years, and it's a very, very cohesive board. It's a brave board. And we have quite robust discussions and what have you, but I hope that I'll be able to really bring a continuation of the kind of leadership that Raywin had, which was very collegial, but also quite matter of fact, down to business, and do things right for the sport. So I'm looking forward to it. Pretty dramatically, to be honest, because like most men, I was a bit dumb about it. Men and their health it's a strange situation. We're not as good at getting stuff checked as women are. So when it came about, I was sort of 10-foot tall, bulletproof, riding through town, going good, and certainly didn't expect it. So what changed for me? It wasn't a physical thing really, because in essence, you're sick but you don't feel sick. It was kind of how I felt about it, but clearly I was. So it was more a psychological thing, just handling the fact that this word that you hardly like to mention, this cancer word, and that not only is it alive, but it's alive inside me, was something that was hard for me to get my head around initially. But having done that, of course, then my family had to also grapple with it or struggle with it, and then having sort of gone through that process, it does make you reevaluate what your priorities are, without a doubt, and so it has changed my outlook to life, without a doubt, and it has rearranged my priorities for me, without a doubt, as well. So I'm very clear about what I want to do with the time that I have got remaining. Yeah, well, the Rising Foundation is something that I'm really, really passionate about. We started it up about 5 years ago. It's a program that I guess goes back to my own upbringing and background. I was sort of classic South Auckland upbringing. I was brought up by a loving solo mum, and state houses and all that sort of stuff. So I went through Papakura Normal School, Papakura High School. So I always had right back in the early days, had a passion to go back and try and do something to assist young kids in South Auckland particularly, who are just jam-packed full of potential, but in a lot of cases aren't able to realise that potential. So looked around early on for another organisation that I could go in and help, and whilst there's some fantastic organisations out there doing marvellous work in South Auckland, it wasn't kind of really the space that I wanted to be in. So a group of us got together and put together the Rising Foundation, which is obviously the space that we want to be in. We started off with around 30 kids at Papakura High School, and 5 years later we're just over 500 now, and we're in sort of 6 schools in South Auckland. The program's results are really, really encouraging, and I'm personally extremely encouraged by just the incredible talent that these kids have got, and if you can unlock that potential, the good that they can do in their own communities and further afield is just amazing, and we're starting to see some fantastic results coming through from that. We're very fortunate to have the support of various secondary schools that we work through, and we've also got growing support from particularly the Mariam Pacifica policing team in Wellington and up here in Auckland, who we're sort of starting to work with quite cooperatively in terms of where we go to next. So that's probably my new real passion in life is the Rising, and we hope to continue to rise.